Alright, in this session we're going to show how to use OA Builder to implement a new requirement that we have. I'll first start with the requirement, kind of show through it. Here's the High Five site. I'm going to go ahead and log in. And what we have is we're going to shop. Part of our shopping is we're allowed to use a prepaid card, kind of like a Visa card, but it could basically, you can trade in your points for a Visa card. So I click on this, and here's your card. And from another video, we kind of showed how I made all this on here. Then you can select your value. It tells you how many points you're going to be using up for that. Let's go ahead and use it. Get a $50 card, and then redeem it. If you notice here, we're showing a Visa card, and as it stands right now, it's just using a hard-coded image file right there. Redeem it. Go to the checkout. Once we're in the checkout, shows the card there. So our new requirement is basically the program or the location can set up what they want their prepaid card to be. So already, in our system we have it set up so you can pick all of the gift cards and stuff that you want to use. With this, we're going to be able to use, different cards based on the location or based on the program. So for an employee, like my demo employee here logged in, this Visa, instead of just being this standard image, it's going to look at the location. If it's defined there, we'll show that image and information about it. And if not, it will go up to the parent location because it's a hierarchy. If it's not found in the locations, it will then go up to the program and then use what's there. So if I go over to the model, and I've already got a head start on this, I went ahead, if we start out, we can look at the changes I've already put in. I've created two links, one from the program to the card, another one from the location to the card. So if we look at those here, start, go find the program. So here's our program. Loop over here to the cards are set up. There's a card. And there's a link right there. If we look at that link, whoops, that's not it. Card program. Prepaid program. And so those are all the programs that are using it as a prepaid. And then if we look at the program, click on that link, double click, bring up the information. So program has prepaid cards. I'll get it. Hold on a minute. So these are alphabetical for all the links. Prepaid card. So set up the program to have a prepaid card and set it up just as we went through it. The cards don't need to know about what programs have it set up, so I turned that off. I then, for the program, went over to the UI, since we kind of customized how we wanted all the layout, and I put in here, I expanded this out to be another tab for for the gift cards, and one of them is going to be the prepaid card. So I did that for program. Also went into location, did the same thing. We look at the location, prepaid card. See that we have the same thing. Look at the UI for the location, same thing, selections. There's our gift cards. Let's scoot that up a little bit, kind of match how the program's set up. So now in our UI, it's basically going to add that as a tab, and so it has a way to pick that. So from our UI, we're able to get all that. What we want to be able to do then is from the employee, instead of looping through locations and program to figure it all out, we can go in and create what we call a hierarchy link. What the hierarchy link is used for, from so we want to be able from the employee have a method that says give me the prepaid card instead of having to worry about how to get it. In this case, it's a hierarchy. It can go to the locations and through the location hierarchy, and if it's not defined, that goes up to the program. So it will do all that logic for us and have that built into us, into the application for us, and create the reference to it so it looks like an employee has a prepaid card. So what's nice is then you don't have to write any of that code or have to deal with it whenever we're in the pages. So from employee, I'm going to go to location, because I'll go to location. From location, I can go to program, and then program, I'm going to pick the prepaid card. So whenever you define a hierarchy link, like we're doing here, is you basically go all the way to the top of go from the base object, in this case employee, all the way up the hierarchy, again in this case through location to program, and then you go to the reference object, which is card. So by doing that, we just created it, and now within our application we have a way to get to our card. I'm going to just call it prepaid card, and I'm going to keep the prefix hierarchy just so we kind of know that it's not a direct reference out of the employee object. If we look through all the other settings, since it's a hierarchy, it kind of knows how to turn stuff on and off, how to name it and everything else. So now, from an employee's perspective, we're able to again go back to the page, and we'll be able to, this case, this would be dynamic instead of static, the way it's set up now. And when we go into the code, whenever we need to reference it, it's directly from the employee. If it's employee, in this case, it's the points order and stuff like that. So now that I have that in there, we can go up to the model. We can see the changes that were made. Generate the changes. So we can create this the SQL change script, which I've already did. So we'll look at that next. Here's that script here. We store it in a folder in our models folder under there called changes. Just use today's date, and then we got all of the changes there. I'll go ahead and grab all that. So take it all, and then pretty much our process is we just manually go ahead and put it in here, and then go ahead and check it, run it in our live database, and now our model matches our objects again. I'll let everybody know. Kind of keep a running. Here's my Jira task. What's going on? I kind of broke that down by everything that I have to do. From the model changes, right here is where we just have our update script. I did it locally. Have a note to go ahead and do that on our test servers and our live server, and then I can get back to actually going to the JSP page and making that dynamic. And that's all we have for this.